Welcome back. I'm Ron Daly. Had the opportunity to interview a lot of exciting teachers, superintendents, principals, and students who are just doing some remarkable things in education in Eastern Kentucky. And it's only appropriate in this Firecast interview we do the last one with Dr. Bruce Parsons, who is the founder and the creator of the Holler, the vehicle that, if you're watching this live from around the world or in the nation or in the state, it's because of the Holler and the team that he's put together. Or if you didn't watch this live, then you're watching it on archival that has been archived in the Holler. So again, it's all because of Dr. Bruce Parsons. So Bruce, talk a little bit about today event, and then how did technology play a role to assist it?
Sure. So we streamed from 9 locations throughout the East Kentucky Expo Center today, capturing everyone's presentation and the great ideas that they're going to implement throughout the year. So we've got a great team with Jacob Stratton and Tanner Brown and Adrian Smith. It's pretty difficult to spread out that far to run all that, but we've got a good fiber connection here in the building. And we really task ourselves with getting a good quality product out. But then the great thing is, if you missed it today or you're not watching it live, we have summit.theholler.org, which is the full archive of all of the summits from the past, including this one, which will be up within the week or so. And so we actually will hashtag those based on different disciplines, based on grade level, and based on what the presentation is, so that if you want to get a good snapshot of what's been happening here, you can really see that.
How did the Holler come about? When did you get that idea, and then how did we get here?
So I grew up in Eastern Kentucky, and I was really into comic books and film, and I wanted to make those sort of things, but didn't have access to it. Back in those days, YouTube didn't exist, and we couldn't afford the fancy cameras and things that you can do with your cell phone now. So I saw a lot of other kids in my time as a teacher and as a professor who were going through the same thing. They were collaborating in their 20s and not in their teens across county lines or district lines. So I wanted to figure out a way to digitize that process. And so I just started building what we call our place-based social learning network. So it's about, I'm Bruce and I'm from Pikeville, and that's the starting point of the conversation. And then I'm interested in, anything and everything, and how do I connect with other people that I might not see every day at school and the people I see at school to create actual products. So we really try to shorten through a digital tool the time it takes to go from idea conception to a finished product of some sort.
How many people look at the Holler or visit the Holler each year?
We've got over 5,000 registered users now. So those are people who have created an account and they come back on a weekly or bi-weekly basis and share on the network. But our annual readership is projected to be over 100,000 this year. So we were just above 80,000 last year, and we're growing at a pretty good rate.
So right now, people that are watching this broadcast, or they have to log on later and look at it, what would be the advantage for them to register and be a user?
You can get updates, and then you can really you can read anything that's on the site, but if you want to post and actually connect and engage with users, you have to create an account to do that.
Now, so do you just get on the web now, or is there an app available for the Holler?
We have an Android app and we have an iPhone app. It works on the iPad as well, so if you just search for the Holler in any of the app stores, you'll find it. What's your vision? The Holler has grown so much, but where do you want it to be in 2 years and 5 years? We're spending a lot of time now. We've got a lot of students and teachers and administrators who are creating great work. They're making podcasts, or they're writing, doing photo essays, or creating videos. And so now we're spending a lot of time helping them develop an audience and to know from where and when that audience comes. So we do a thing called a depth chart. So if I publish a story from Pikeville, I see how many people in this community read it, but I also look at the surrounding communities, the surrounding states, and then out into the world. And so it helps learn where your audience is coming from, and so you develop content for that audience.
If someone's watching this broadcast live or archived, and they're in another country or in another state or in Eastern Kentucky, but they have an idea on what they'd like the Holler to do or be, how do they present that? How's the best way?
There's multiple ways to contact us through the website. They're micro communities. We call them hollers, and so there's lots of different sort of brainstorming hollers. And depending on what your idea is in, the best way is to create an account, just hop in and start posting.
Okay. Well, Bruce, thank you for your leadership and thank you
Thank
for
you.
being on the Firecast.